So I've asked Vice Chairman Jemison if he would come up this morning and give us a few remarks. Shane?
That's what makes us a great party, ladies and gentlemen, because iron sharpens iron. Good morning, fellow members of the Oklahoma State Committee and guests. Ladies and gentlemen, with public sentiment, nothing can fail. Without it, nothing can succeed. This morning, in one manner or another, we, representing the 400 plus members of the Oklahoma State Republican Party State Committee, are here in one manner or another to specifically accomplish that purpose. Over the last 3 months since we formally conducted business of this committee, we've seen a lot of change in this nation, and not in a positive manner, and not to make America great. Since April, the cost of our everyday living in this nation, the gas we put in our cars, the groceries we buy at the store, and any other essential everyday item just to make it through the day, has rose by an average of 20% in the last 3 months. That's the most since 1991. If you're wondering, were you even born in 1991? No, I wasn't. It's okay. But as we continue to look, the price of used cars over the last year has increased by 45%. Since we tabulated and analyzed the economic data, that's the largest ever in recorded history since 1951, since that data was tabulated. Each and every one of you know, as you drove here today, the average cost of gas across this nation, $3 a gallon. The most since 2014, the last time Joe Biden was in a public office. Ladies and gentlemen, Biden inflation is here to stay, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. And that is a key fact based on true economic analysis and data. But let's talk about some good. On Tuesday, CNBC released its annual report on the top 50 states in the United States to do business. Good news for Oklahoma. Over the last year, we have gone from number 43 in the nation to number 32 overall in the country. Not to make a Facebook reference, but let's go through the good, the bad, the ugly, and the opportunities that we have as we move forward. So let's talk about the good. The cost of being able to do business in our state, we are the cheapest state in the nation, number 1 in terms of being able to do business. We are number 3 in cost of living, in terms of we are the 3rd cheapest in the country to be able to have cost of living. In terms of business friendliness in relation to regulatory framework, we're number 18 in the country. In terms of access to capital, the ability to go to a bank, to be able to receive loans, grants, things of that nature, we're middle tier, almost in the top 25. We're sitting at number 27. So let's talk about the areas of opportunity that we have to improve. Overall infrastructure, water-related infrastructure, broadband-related infrastructure, any and every piece of infrastructure that we have to live our everyday lives. We rank number 32 in the country. In terms of a ready workforce, we're number 34. But let's go down the list a little further and talk about where we are in terms of technology and innovation. We are sitting at number 45 in the country. And the elephant in the room. In terms of where we stand in relation to education, we are sitting at number 50. So ladies and gentlemen, as we review the scanning of each and every one of these sections, there's a significant amount of opportunity for Oklahoma to continue to make significant progress in each of these areas. I believe that each and every person in this room plays a role on how we continue to make strides in each and every one of these focus areas. But by focusing on it from preserving our constitutional values and our established liberties through our Constitution. If we, the leaders and ambassadors of the Oklahoma Republican Party, are not pushing and advocating for conservative ideas, in every single community across the state, then who is? A new generation of Democrats that are more interested in seeing people fully dependent on the federal government to survive, to see the end of capitalism, and to end the traditional American idea that has been the conception of what defines each and every one of us in this room. As I said earlier, with public sentiment, nothing can fail. Without it, nothing can succeed. Members of the Oklahoma State Committee, today I want to make my public sentiment very direct, very loud, and very clear. I want to see this body work together to accomplish the following 3 items. Number 1, which your state party is currently working towards, but I believe this state committee should also collaborate on. Almost everyone in this room today attended our state convention. I believe it's important to start planning for our next convention. What better way to do so than let this body be involved in some capacity in that process? I encourage this body to consider an ad hoc committee in coordination with the Oklahoma GOP Central Committee to start planning the various logistics of the 2023 Oklahoma GOP Convention. This will provide you with the opportunity to keep your delegates, your county representatives, and everyone up to date on the next convention to make your arrangements accordingly. Number 2, I would like to challenge this body to create an ad hoc committee to review the current rules of the Oklahoma Republican Party and propose a modern state party rule structure. This committee should be looking at a way to streamline our practices while allowing this state committee to provide feedback and receive it from your local county groups. And third and finally, when I ran for state vice chair, I made it very clear that I wanted to focus on equipping counties with the resources that we need in order to power a new generation of Republican leaders in Oklahoma. Old and young, not just in government, but in every community function and every function of a community all across this state. This group represents every single demographic, job sector in every demographic and job sector in Oklahoma. Together, let's collaborate on how we can make that function a reality. Folks, the greatest challenge of any leader in any time in history is to educate on public opinion while communicating in an effective manner. Ladies and gentlemen, today let's begin to set the standard on how we collaborate, promote healthy compromise, and execute democratically on solutions to set the gold standard, not just for the Oklahoma Republican Party, but for all Oklahomans. Thank you.